Hi there, welcome back. It's great to be back. It's been a while since we posted a YouTube video, and I thought it would be really nice since it's the Christmas and holiday season that we give you guys an extra special little edition. So we're going to be doing two videos today. So after you're done watching our first one, go right to the second one because we're going to show you how to dress up the design we're going to work on today with a little bit of hand painting, and you'll be surprised how really easy it is to do. The design we're going to be working on today is the Sandal Cakelet. The Sandal Cakelet's a lot of fun, and you can make it look any way you want depending on who the person is going to, what's their style, what are they into, is it a theme. You can really dress this up and personalize it in a lot of fun ways. So I think you're going to have a really good time. It's a very popular design. So here we go. Off to do the Sandal Cakelet. Enjoy. The first thing you need to do to make the Sandal Cakelet is to make a template. What I like to do is use my hand as a gauge, and for a cakelet should be no larger than the palm of your hand. So what I did is I drew out a shape of a sandal, cut it out, see that it fits in the palm of the hand, which it does, and then I put it aside. I bake my cake in a brownie pan, because you can get two really nice sandals out of this cake. So we're only going to be doing one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sandal template, I'm going to put it on top of the cake, and this is a basic steak knife, nothing fancy, I'm going to cut away the cake that I'm not going to be using. Perfectly good cake. We can use this for another sandal or another project. And I keep my knife vertical. That's really important because we tend to cut on an angle, angling in. Once you've gone all the way around your design and your template, you can remove the excess cake and then go back with your knife and clean up the edges, and then I angle it in a little bit. Once I take the template off, you'll see that we have the shape of what we're looking for, which is a sandal, and it fits neatly in the palm of a hand. Next thing I do is, after I've made sure that all areas are cut away, place it on a piece of parchment paper, and then we're going to crumb coat. Now that we've crumb coated, we can move our cutting board to the side, and then we can begin covering and decorating our Sandal Cakelet. The next stage is coloring your fondant. Now, in order to get this color, what I combined, I got white fondant, I took some ivory, and I took some brown, and then I added some golden yellow to it, and it comes out with this camel colored. Okay, so I take my sandal, take the fondant, and lay it over the sandal. I flatten it first and then the edges. Now, if you have any lumps or bumps, this is actually a pretty cool design because it gives you a lot of opportunities to hide any imperfections. So it's a pretty forgiving design, and I'd say, like, on the scale of abilities, this one here is a pretty easy one. And then I cut away my excess fondant. We're going to need it, so we're going to save it for later on. The next step is going to be adding our border. I'm going to go with a black border. That's going to go really nice with how we're going to paint this later. And what we do is I'm going to cut a strip. Now, if you don't have an eye for keeping it straight and making a straight line, you can always use a ruler. I always have a ruler and a pair of scissors only for baking and fondant work that I use in case of having one of those off days where a walking earthquake. So I'm just gently and slowly cutting a strip. Okay, not bad. To adhere it to our sandal, we're going to need some water and a paintbrush. What I do is I go around the bottom, and that will make it so our black strip sticks to the fondant. what I like to do when I add the border around the bottom is you start in the back. That way the seam's in the back of the shoe. And then slowly bring it around. Next thing you're going to do is we have to make straps. So we're going to roll out our black fondant again. We're going to cut out some strips. And then I just go on each side, I run it down. Now if you don't have a perfect line, that's okay. No one's going to notice, only but you. So don't go in too crazy. I put the straps right in the sections where it narrows. And then we decide, well, how far up does the strap typically go? I'm going to say it's going to go about to here. So I kind of just poke my finger, or you can use a ball tool, just so I give myself a guide. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, here I'll cut this end, on an angle. Just cut an angle off, and you'll see why, because this is going to sit like so. So we want to make sure that by cutting an angle, it sits nice and flush. So I'm going to add some water to adhere it. It's going to be right in this area here. And then I'm going to add some water to the area that we decided to be the middle. I'm going to use an X-Acto knife, and I'm going to cut right here to take away the excess. Are we looking like a sandal yet? Yeah, I'd say so. It's pretty close. The next thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to monogram this. I'm putting a little monogram letter right here in the front. You could put flowers. You can do so many different things. But I'm going to do a monogram. So I'm going to use black. And I'm going to use a scallop circle that looks like this. It's very pretty. I like this one. Press it down. And then I rub my hand just to make sure that there's no excess fondant that's going to make it look messy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the monogram. To make the monogram, I use these letter presses. These are not cake letter presses. These are ones that I found in a craft store, and it's a very affordable way of getting these presses. And they come in different styles, so you can certainly have a lot of fun with that. I'm going to take my A for awesome. Press it in. Then using one of my circle cutters, I place it over. Make sure it's even. And there we have an A. Kind of neat. Dab it with water, the black circle. I place the A on top, and I try to center it the best I can. And voila. You have a Sandal Cakelet. Adorable summer theme, winter theme. You can have so much fun with this design. But the person that it's going to will adore it. It's very cute. Now stay tuned, because we're going to be painting this next. So far so good. So hang in there with us.